bless you. Happy Thanks Canadian weekend. And I just want to tell you that if you're alive today, you are blessed because God loves you. God has plans for you, regardless of the day and what the situation is. Never be discouraged. Always be encouraged. Because you see, in this world today, a lot of times there are situations that present itself as an opportune. Oh, that's just a plane. Just look at it. Boom. It's going. Airport. So, what I wanted to talk about today is the blessings of God, the blessings of life, what it is to have an opportunity to do things that, that gives you that next level of confidence, next level of opportunity. Because we cannot focus and dwell on the past. We must move forward and strive to be the best we can. You see, in this world today, a lot of times people want to try to dictate who you are and what you are with their logic sense, not knowing that you are divine and you are protected. You see, in the Bible, right, God always protected his prophets. And especially, Job. Even though Job was, went through a lot of crisis, a lot of situations that change his way of life, that change his mentality, but he still focused on the right path. And of course, his reward was great. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is this, okay? Focus on your desire for God. Praying is an exceptional key to your future. The enemy comes to kill, to destroy, to sabotage, to confuse, to trap your soul. And you have to have it in your state of mentality, state of confidence, right? State of position. You have to have it that you will continue to strive for the best opportunities as much as you can. You will continue to do the best things that you can, no matter what. Because you see, you are destined for greatness. And to be destined for greatness, you have to understand that life becomes hard, but you are a warrior. You're a spiritual warrior. You can't let that change who you are or change your focus on the journey. I encourage everybody else to continue to use their platforms, regardless if it's a holiday weekend in Canada, Thanksgiving, you meet up with your family, those who have family members, those who are connected, those who know that, unity is a bond, but not everybody has a family. So I am saying, for those who don't have a family, right? You have to understand that you have to stay firm. You can't be discouraged. You pray to God because you matter and God has you alive. Focus on the righteousness, the fact that God has kept you to this point. And if he has kept you to this point, then he will take you past this point as long as you trust the Father, the Lord. Because his words and his promises are never void. Just remember that. His word and his promises are never void. Just believe and continue to have that belief in your heart, in your life. Because you see, if you believe and you continue to do the best you can, regardless of the circumstances, then what happens? You are able to elevate, you are able to grow, you are able to become better as a human being. Focus on your goal, focus on your desire, your destiny. Basically, focus on the truth. What is true and what is not true? Pick one. You cannot be on both sides of the fence, because guess what? This is how the world works, right? There's pain and suffering. There's crisis that's going on. You have to be the light in that situation. You have to be the vocal point, right? Think about it. How is life for you? What are your struggles? What are you going through? Right? Are you still able to pick yourself up in the morning when you wake up? Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am going to fight through today. Even though today is a painful day, even though today is a day where it's going to take away from certain things, right? These things are problems that take place. But what are you going to do about it? Who are you going to connect to grow? Right? Who is your spiritual connection? Because spiritual connection helps you to be what? To be on fire with God. It gives you enhancement of intelligence. The concept of life and the life itself is all about what? Consistency, focus, determination, belief, faith, hope, right? These things are instruments of the human, but it is given to you by God, saying fill the cup of faith, fill the cup of hope, right? Get rid of your transgressions. Forgive those who has wronged you. Forgive those who has the mentality to try to put you in chains and shackles. The time is now. I told you, some people may believe that the world will not come to an end, but the activities of the people will determine else. Meaning, the crisis that's taking place, this is not something that is a mimic or is a game. This is something that it happens all the time. It's a cycle of crisis. However, you can tell by the way things are going based on the advancement of human beings, advancements of technology, advancement of the laws. You know, I remember when it took years for the laws to change. Now it takes days for the laws to change. There's a difference. And times have gotten shorter, right? Matter of fact, certain things have changed. Certain holidays that wasn't there have come. You know, certain technologies that weren't available 10 years ago, now you have it in your hand. So tell me, what is the course of the human? The course of the human is to always obtain power, right? But human beings, we all know, cannot be trusted with entirety of power, because you see, power is something that is very, very dangerous if it's misused. And one person cannot hold the power, right? One person cannot hold the power, because guess what? It has to be branches of sectors for it to be able to what? To be neutralized. Because too much power, one person with too much power will become corrupt. You understand? Because power is very, very what? It's very delicate, but yet very powerful. And it could be very dangerous if you misuse the power that you have. So tell me, what is your state of mentality today? What difference are you going to make in society today? Because you see, you matter. Regardless if you have a family or not, you matter. You know what I mean? All of these things helps you to what? To evolve as a human being. Think about it. How is your prayer life? Hmm? How's your prayer life? Tell me. Right? You pray every single day? Do you call for unity for your society? Do you call for blessings for your society? Do you call for change for your society? Right? And are you the change? Do you bring good news to your people? Do you tell them that regardless of who they are, what they're going through, the things that is happening in their lives, what people think of them, pointing fingers and stuff like that, regardless of all of those things, right? What does that mean? Regardless of all those things, are you able to what? Overcome these obstacles? That is the key. And that is one of the components that I am going to fully elaborate on today with this live. You see, I am here to basically give you an insight of spiritual activation. Spiritual activation is what? Comes in two ways. You as a human being, you know you're alive, you have a spirit inside of your body. But there is something that you must do in order to activate that, which is truth. Now, your spirit resides in your truth, because your truth is what? Your confidence, your faith, your belief, right? How you are able to find certain types of word and construct them together to be able to relay to other people, and then you are relaying to their spirit because it is truth. And if they believe in the same truth, then you are able to then connect in the same level. You are able to do that. So how do you do that? Like I said, your spirit activates in the truth, right? So because your spirit activates in the truth, what do you think should happen? What do you think will happen if you don't reside in the truth that you have? That is the key, right? Your spirit activates in truth, right? And only in truth. It doesn't activate in lies, right? Your spirit cannot dwell in the lies that, people say, or the lies that is there. Because you have a good side and you have a bad side. Whatever you choose to tap into, your spirit will then merge to, but one is more powerful than the other. One connects directly to God because God is the truth, right? But the lies says the father of the lies is the devil. So therefore, the devil can never tell you the truth. So if you tell lies, then your spirit dwells in the lies, and it will project lots of lies for you. It will give you elevation and education of lies. You see what I mean? So reside in the truth, because residing in the truth gives you access to eternal knowledge, eternal life. Think about it. Religion is what? Is a concept where you bring unity and change, right? But the truth is much different. Do you see what I mean? That means regardless of who you are, regardless of who you know, if anything happens, will you speak the truth of it? Will you say your truth? Will you not leave anything out? Will you want change? All of these things, right, gives you an insight of impact, right? That's what's going on. Truth brings you to the next level. Truth brings you clarity. Life has to go hand in hand with truth. You see what I mean? That's what it is. So I am saying to you, you want to what? Activate your spirit. You want your spirit to grow. You want your spirit to be on fire. Well, it resides in your truth. And the more you learn about truth or knowledge that is true, then you grow in your creativity, right? Your creativity grows your spirituality, because guess what? You will not be that creative or intellectual, right, without truth and knowledge. When you have that, you will excel. You will always excel. You will become much more knowledgeable than you know. Because you see, certain words are not coming from your mental mind, it's coming from your spiritual mind. There's a difference between your physical mind and your spiritual mind, because you have a spiritual body. So your spiritual body state of mentality is different from your physical state of mentality. You know, some of the things that you know mentally on the physical side, you know abundantly on your spiritual side. Just like how your spirit would tell you things and say, hey, this is what's going on. I'm going to give you warnings, right? Sometimes you get dreams. Sometimes you get signs, hints, right? Those things helps you to become better. Now, you have to what? Stay in tune with your spirit, meaning you have to stay true to it, right? If you every day focus on being true, talking the truth, doing the best you can, guess what? God will help you and share with you the rest. That's how it works. Never doubt, what is good. Always focus on your best state of life, the best things. Because you see, reality is, it is spirituality before physicality. It is the blueprint before the what's it called? The structure of foundation, of physical foundation. An architect will design and give you all the coordinates and the blueprint, and then, construction will take over and start building based on the instructions of the architect. So there's levels. There's visual, right? There's visual spirituality. Now, all of these gifts that God has instilled in every human activates different, but it all activates on one circumstances, TRUE, truth. The Lord's religion is TRUE. If society entirely practice TRUE on every aspect, from every level of situations, evil cannot reside in these societies. Do you see what I mean? Because evil cannot reside in truth. Evil only resides in lies. Right? That's how it works. That's what plays before certain entities and demons have the right way to be able to go inside. You know? That's the problem. You know, Thanksgiving weekend, to some people, is just a next day. People, it's a blessed day. It's like every day. However, every day is special because you have the opportunity and the ability to be awake under any and every circumstances. Sometimes people don't realize the problems that they cause in the past becomes a problem, major issue in the future, simply because of emotional attachment. That means the logic truth they reject. If you reject the truth, then it should be a lie. It should cause a crisis. It should cause a problem, right? Just remember, you must learn to be truthful regardless of your emotional state or how you feel. Because sometimes how you feel and your emotions can mislead you, can give you the wrong discernment, the wrong understanding, right? The wrong concept of how to do things. Because the strategy of truth is what? It's spirit. See what I'm saying? God is spirit, God is truth. We have God in us and we have truth in us, right? So if he's spirit and he's truth, then what does that mean? What it means is we have to also practice that, right? Because that is our calling card. Without that, you can't connect truly to God. Without that, you are basically lost, because truth is one and lies are many. And one is one creative path, which is what? A minor path. So when you are walking on that path, it's narrow. You're walking straight, right? And you see in front of you, sometimes it may seem like, oh, this and that. But if you keep going, if you have that faith, if you have the confidence, if you have the level of motivation, if you are driving to get to the next level, you will always achieve it because you are true to your belief. It gives you an ignite, like power ignite, ignition, engulfing the flames of your spirit, increasing that aspect of reality and unity. And so, know that, never be discouraged. Sufferation is only a problem when you focus on the negative, when you are not truthful, when you don't see, right, the structured form of truth, meaning it's one and only one. There's no two different truths. There's only one truth. And that is why God is truth. And to activate your spirit, right, to use it, to connect to God, to be important to God, that has to be your calling card, truth. So I hope you learned something today. It's windy, it's a holiday, places are closed, some places are open. At the end of the day, you know, the trees are changing color. Look at this. It's changing color. We all know winter is coming. However, that is this side. There's places it doesn't snow. You can still make a difference on your platform regardless of how much people you have. Just have time to talk about God, reading scriptures, right? But I told you, Worship the Lord in spirit and in truth, because it's the only way. It's your calling card. Your spirit is inside of you. To activate your spirit, truth activates your spirit, right? If you lie, your spirit will be misused, meaning the devil will have access to your spirit, because now he can send demons and entities to always haunt you in your energy. Your energy is your protection, your lifeline, your being, your existence, your reality. That is why evil forces must ask you permission, right, for them to have access. But sometimes people can be manipulated and deceived into opening up access to that account. And then what happens is things change, right? But if you're in truth and you say, Father, look, this is what's happening, because God knows everything that you're doing or whatever you did, if you did it the right way or the wrong way. And so he asks you to confess your sins and ask for forgiveness, because everybody is not perfect. He knows your flesh is not good, right? That is why it ages, and that is why it over time fades, regardless of who you are. But your spirit now is not of this world. It's beyond. It existed before the world was created, because it is the Father in you. The Father can only give you life. God can only give you life. Life didn't happen just off the bat. This reality is too unique for it to happen just by an accident. And that's the truth. You see what I mean? There's too much certain things that took place that shows that, yes, we live in a physical world, but spiritual things are very accessible, and many people have found ways to tap into the spiritual world. But which version of the spiritual world is the right version? Because there's only one, which is truth. The truth of the spiritual world. And that is the key component. Truth will get you to the next level. Truth will help you to evolve. Truth will help you to beat all the pressures, because you see, the second or the minute you decide that you are going to move forward with truth, that means whatever is happening, whatever is going on, you are going to talk about the truth about it, and you are going to be a person of truth. God will love you. You know why? Because God sees that, you don't want to complicate anything. You don't want to make unnecessary contracts, because the lies, if it gets abundantly, do you know that every time when you are lying and deceiving and doing all those things, yes, we all do it from time to time until we come to a realization. But do you know, and are you aware that every time you do that, you sign a contract with the devil? That means the devil can send one of his agents to fight you in that area of your life, to battle you or to take over that area of your life, because you're given permission. Did you know that that's what happens? The enemy camp, strategic state of mentality, to come and destroy, kill, and steal. And of course, bring sadness and pain and suffering. That is all evil does. That's all the lies that does. See what I mean? That's what it is. So what do you think should be your best concept of understanding today? What do you think the reality of life is? What do you think the purpose of, being part of a unity or a society for the betterment of humanity? Right? There's so much darkness in society because there's so much lies, so much masks that people put on to get by, because you know, the transparency is not clear anymore. When you are transparent, the clouds are clear, right? Clear like the sky. Look, very clear. But if it's not, then it becomes dark. And in darkness, we all know you need the light to see in the dark, right? You need it. So activate your internal light by the truth, because truth gives you your protection. It does. It gives you your spiritual protection, right? It gives you your salvation. Do you see what I mean? Truth gives you your salvation. So if you want to know how to obtain salvation, that's what salvation, that's how you get it, by truth. Right? You know, Job didn't really know God. He never seen God. And he heard about God, but he believed. And he was truth. He was truthful. He confessed his sin. You know, he prayed every day. He gave thanks to God for everything. And when he was losing everything, he still constantly, continuously did that. Even though he was going through his battles, he lost everything. Are you like Job today? Are you going through crises today where you turn left, you were blessed, and then you are losing everything? Right? He was being tested, but he stayed true to God. And because he did that, even though God removed his protection for the devil to test him, he still kept truth. He still remained truthful. He still remained faithful. And he was victorious. Thank you for listening. I hope you have heard something new that will help you in your journey to activate your spirit, to connect deeper with God, to be motivated and driven to change the crisis in your neighborhood, to turn in your neighborhood from evil to good, to helping others to see the light in you, for that transparency, to be able to use it. Stay motivated. God bless you. Thanks Monday. Happy Thanks Monday. And it's a blessed day. Regardless, you know, it's windy, it's a little cold outside. Regardless of the situation, the circumstances, put God first. Put truth first, because that's his calling card. And you will be protected and you'll be blessed. The devil may try to create fear, but if you're truthful, that will abolish the fear. Remember that. Bye now.